Das Ende des Kabukimono. Sprich mit Naida. Oder das werden wir jetzt. Ich frage mich nur, wo ist Scaramouche denn jetzt hin? Hat er sich einfach gelöscht und ist dann verschwunden? Oder wo ist er hin? Da ist mal Naida, okay. Ob sie es... Ob sie es bemerkt hat?
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma. The Balladeer? It sounds like some kind of code name.
Tatsächlich. Es ist krass, dass sogar Götter einfach nicht mehr sich erinnern können. Selbst jeder kann sich nicht erinnern. Aber, also ich sehe auch von Änderungen in unserer betroffen. Ja, jeder außer die außerhalb der Welt. Scaramouche muss sehr schnell gehandelt und seinen Spuren gelöscht haben, bevor Naida ihn aufhalten konnte. Dann bin ich also die einzige Person, die sich an die Lösche erinnern kann. Ich bin wieder die einzige Zeugin. Ja.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
Es sind einige Dinge geschehen, an die nur ich mich erinnern kann. Ich muss euch jetzt die Wahrheit sagen. Schweren Herzens wird eine Geschichte erzählt, die 4 Jahre nur im Brüchstück existiert und jetzt wieder zusammengesetzt wurde. Oh, entschuldigt. Hui. Es gab einen seiner Personen mit dem Namen Scaramouche, die von der Göttin der Blitze erschaffen und als Puppe in die Welt gesetzt wurde. Er hatte viele Tatsachen durchmachen müssen. Als er glaubte, dass er zum 3. Mal von allen verraten wurde, verließ Scaramouche Inazuma und begann herumzuwandern. Er vertraute den Menschen nicht und hasste die Götter. Er trug seinen Hass über 100 Jahre mit sich herum. Nachdem er seinen Körper gestählt hatte, kehrte er nach Inazuma zurück, um sich zu rächen. Mit dem göttlichen Herzen versuchte er, den Thron der Göttheit zu besteigen, scheiterte aber im letzten Moment. Später drang er in Imonsol ein, wo er die Wahrheit über die Verrat an ihm erfuhr. Der Betrug machte sein ganzes Wesen aus und am Ende unternahm er die wahnsinnigste Tat, um diese Tragödie auszulöschen.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past. But how was he even able to do that? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it. Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
Ich und Scaramouche war schon immer Feinde, weil sie ihn dazu bewegt, diese Dinge zu tun, warum er so skrupellos ist, das verstehe ich nicht. Will er das alles von vorne anfängt, jemanden retten oder will er sich vollkommen selbst verleugnen? Glücklicherweise kann das alles wieder richtig gestellt werden. Ich habe eine endgültige und korrekte Lösung dafür und darauf läuft es schließlich hinaus. Ich erinnere mich noch an die letzte Frage, bevor er angefangen hatte. Er hatte sie mir gestellt. Mein Zöger hatte ihm die Antwort verraten. Ich hatte gezögert, weil ich mit eigenen Augen gesehen habe, wie die Hörerin Herrin Rukudewata ihre eigene Existenz ausgelöscht hat, aber das konnte ich leider nicht sagen. Kurz gesagt, warum Scaramouche so entschlossen gehandelt hat, darf ich nicht aussprechen. Naida kann die Gedanken lesen, das heißt, ich könnte es sogar rausfinden. Er hat etwas völlig Verrücktes getan, aber am Ende... Ja.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense, every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Ja, am Ende wurde dafür sogar die Welt verändert. Die verstorben haben keine zweite Chance bekommen und für dieses gequälte Leben gab es auch keine Erlösung. Gegen was er eigentlich versucht anzukämpfen, dagegen verraten zu werden, oder ist die Existenz selbst schon ein Fehler?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
Huh?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
Bitte was?
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Okay. Das Überraschende ist, dass dieser Eintrag wie ein Märchen wirkt.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory.
Hold on.
Hopla.
So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the balladeer.
Huh.
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories.
Huh.
I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Khaenri'ah was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the
Huh.
Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Das heißt, es ist aber möglich, die richtige Geschichte zu bewahren, indem man die Information außerhalb teilweise halt, also irgendwo außerhalb, wo man sie nicht ändern kann. Und Nahida verfügt über diese Fähigkeit. Gut zu wissen. Das heißt, man kann zwar vielleicht Sachen ändern zu seinem eigenen Wohl, aber Nahida hat noch immer eine Möglichkeit, es rauszufinden. Und wahrscheinlich nicht nur Nahida. Ich wette, es gibt wahrscheinlich noch andere Wesen, die über diese Fähigkeit verfügen. Frage ist, die Gottheit der Prinzipien, also ich weiß nicht mehr genau, wie der richtige Name ist, aber die Gott, den wir angetroffen haben am Anfang des Spiels, ist sie auch betroffen von den Veränderungen oder ist sie wirklich allwissend und kann alles wissen? Egal welche Änderungen es auch gibt. Ah, so viele Fragen.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Ich habe die ganze Zeit über das Gefühl, dass etwas nicht stimmt. Als hätte ich noch etwas Wichtiges vergessen.
Are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Weißt du das? Plötzlich verstanden diese wichtigen Hinweise in meinem Kopf über Ehrenzoll, über Selbstauslöschung. Über verbundenes Wissen, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Warte, ich erinnere mich, dass die Hörerin sagt, dass niemand seine eigene Existenz löschen könnte. Deshalb hat die Hörerin ihr eigenes Samsara erschaffen, die niedere, weil sie sich selbst auslöschen kann. Das kann alles nicht sinnlos sein.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Nein, Paul kann es nicht sagen. Paul weiß ja auch nichts von der Herrin und Warte. Alles sehr wichtig. Scaramouche kann sich unmöglich allein vollständig gelöscht haben, aber wenn es nicht vollständig war, was bedeutet das? Dass er nur eine leere Hülle ist,
Excuse me,
sozusagen.
boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Was?
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you...
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Wir folgen ihm.
Stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Das gibt's doch nicht. Das gibt's doch nicht. Folgende Person, die vorhin gesehen. Ja, dieser war schnell verschwunden, Alter. Alter. Das gibt's doch nicht. Der taucht hier einfach auf. Das Ding ist, ich probiere ihn auch schon die ganze Zeit hier am Banner zu bekommen. Aber ich krieg's einfach nicht hin.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Ah, guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Wenn er sich nicht mal eigenen Augen gesehen hätte, würde ich es nicht glauben.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Hat Scaramouche selbst kann sich nicht... Okay, das habe ich jetzt nicht erwartet.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
Du bist eine Puppe, nicht Owie.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really
Okay.
working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Gut, können wir machen.
Then let's return to the city.
Das ist so weird, dass er jetzt so freundlich an alle... das ist so weird. Warte, können wir einfach hier zu Fuß... Ja, komm, wir teleportieren uns. Es ist so weird. Okay, das wundert mich. Ich dachte, er würde sich aber selbst dran erinnern. Aber irgendwie, okay, doch, es macht ja Sinn. Wären wir betroffen? Ja, wir würden uns erinnern, aber nicht Scaramouche. Er ist ja Teil der Welt. Okay, da macht ja mehr Sinn. Er verdient ja auch seine eigene Erinnerung dann, weil sich ja keiner an ihn darf erinnern. Oh. Alter.
Here you go, boss. I'll...
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Okay. Geht zum Heiligtum von Soul Stardust. Ich habe ja schon gedacht, dass wir wahrscheinlich schnell zurückgehen. Alter, das ist so weird. Wenn man so schaut, war noch vor kurzem der neue Gott, der diese Welt übernehmen wollte, beziehungsweise halt über zum Meere herrschen wollte, und jetzt ist er so lieb. What the fuck? Das ist so weird. Ich bin mal gespannt, was Naida dazu zu sagen hat. Und vielleicht wird er auch seine Erinnerung wie ein wenig zurückbekommen, indem wir ihm diese verborgene Kiste da mit dem Wissen geben.